Every business lives inside an eternal market: health, wealth, or relationships. These are markets that never die because they're built on human nature. In this video, I'll teach you what the eternal markets are and how you could use them to niche down like I did at Crimson. As an entrepreneur, your goal is to find a niche that doesn't die, because if you can find said niche, you can continue making money from it, right? And that's the intention here. So, the eternal markets are markets that persist because they're rooted in human nature, not technology or trends. To define it, an eternal market is a domain of human demand that literally never disappears, meaning it has been with us since the dawn of humanity and will continue to be with us until our extinction. No matter how the world evolves, these markets remain the same because they address universal human needs. The big three eternal markets are health, wealth, and relationships. Health is based on the fact that we will always have a drive to survive, heal, and optimize our bodies. For wealth, we will always seek to create, grow, and protect our resources. And then lastly, for relationships, we will always have a drive to connect, love, and belong. Each eternal market contains layers of opportunity. Okay? There are categories and subcategories that essentially roll up into the big three. So for health, the desire to live, heal, and to perform better, it breaks down into the categories of physical, mental, and preventative health. Okay? And then as you can see here, there are subcategories to these categories. So it's layered, it gets deep. So for physical health, there's medicine, fitness, nutrition, sports performance. For mental health, therapy, mindfulness, productivity, focus tools, you get the idea, right? So each overarching category has a category below it and then another subcategory beneath that. Okay? To give you some more examples here, for wealth, right, our desire to create, grow, and secure resources, the categories and subcategories are earnings, investing, saving and protecting, scaling. So for earning, a subcategory might be entrepreneurship, freelancing, sales, automation. For investing, it could be real estate, stocks, crypto, AI investing tools. And I'm not going to go through all of these examples here. I just wanted to give you the idea that the big three, health, wealth, and relationships, have categories beneath it. And these categories beneath the big three also have subcategories. This is, in essence, how you niche down. So you pick your market by aligning with one of the big three: health, wealth, or relationships. In my personal experience, aligning with wealth is the most effective if you're trying to make a good amount of money. Now, there is money to be made in health or relationships, but generally speaking, if you make other people money, they're going to pay you, right? Because they could use the money that you made them to pay you. You see? So that's kind of my philosophy on the whole thing. Not against these other two markets, but wealth is probably my favorite. Then the next step is to modernize delivery. So you want to find where eternal demand meets modern tech or culture. And what I mean by this is that we want to pick one of the big three, right? Health, wealth, or relationships, and we want to tie that to some sort of modern vehicle. Okay? And so, for example, we could do health plus tech. So this could be a personalized fitness app, AI-driven nutrition plans. For wealth plus AI, this is my niche. It would be an automation agency. It sounds like Crimson, right? AI trading tools, AI assistance for small business operations. We could do relationships plus social media, right? So community-led platforms, matchmaking algorithms, think Tinder, okay? So the idea is to pick one of the big three, and then you niche down even further by picking a modern delivery vehicle. And so what I did with Crimson is we picked the eternal market of wealth, we chose the modern vehicle of AI, and then we targeted business owners, okay? And generally speaking, business owners have more disposable income and they understand the concept of ROI. So that's why I wanted to target business owners. I know that these people are willing to spend money to make money. If you target consumers, they are, generally speaking, they're going to be tighter with cash, meaning they don't have disposable income to spend on your products and services. So I would recommend going B2B. And our offer is AI tools that 10x your output and income. So, as you try to start your company, use this method to niche down. I found it very effective, and I hope you do too. Whenever you place bets in business, always ask the question, what is always true, or what is generally true? And Jeff Bezos talks about this. He talks about when he's making decisions within his company, he makes them based upon what is not going to change. Change and flux are constant, we know this, but if you place bets on that which is not subject to change, you are effectively anchoring your business in eternal laws. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned.